The PAMAS pilots have just finished up a week of training here in Mindanao with Todd. Ongoing training is critical to the aviation industry as a whole. All across aviation, that recurrency training is critically important and no less important in the mission field. So, and to have someone like Todd to be able to come over and work with them in the place where they normally fly, in the environment that they fly, with the helicopter they normally fly, is even more helpful than learning those skills. Some recurrency training is done in a simulator. So this is real world, as they call it, training, and just one of the ways that we help keep the pilots and aircraft and our people that mission serves, keep them all safe. I'm here with Todd, a flight instructor. Pilots are always constantly improving, basically, is the quickest way to say it. Todd has come over and has been doing some flight instruction to upgrade the pilots here in the Philippines. And tell us a little about some of the training you've been doing here in Mindanao.
So I love what's called auto rotations. That is something we practice when and if we have an engine failure. Now, if you think of flying as what it is, it's fun. You can get distracted with the idea that you can also have failures because it's a human-made object, right? So if the engine was to fail, we can do what's called an auto rotation. That is something that allows us to be able to glide, as the helicopters do glide to the ground and be able to land safely if you have a place to be able to actually set it down.
Well, I really enjoyed the last week and a half here when my cousin Todd Schultz came over and did some training with us. He's got some unique techniques and he's just an excellent instructor. He's got a kind of a gift with being able to teach and explain things, and it's really helped hone my skills. You know, it's easy to get a little bit rusty with, especially with auto rotation techniques and stuff.
So one of the biggest takeaways that I experienced with flying with Todd is just the standard of perfection. Always challenging yourself. You know, as a pilot, I realized that I had learned bad habits, and without somebody to do training, it's easy to just fall into these habits. And so it was very inspiring, very educational to realize my weaknesses and be able to perfect those to a higher standard. And Todd was amazing. It was a really fun experience. We had a good time. We laughed a lot in the cockpit, and it was a really good team building experience as well.
The great experience that I could share with you guys, that Todd has the ability to teach us one thing that I stuck in my mind: be ready for any kind of emergencies that will happen anytime. Don't think that the machine will keep flying always at the same average or at the same RPM.
Todd showing up and just running through auto rotations, safety maneuvers, and listening to the aircraft and knowing what the aircraft is telling you to do. Not necessarily focusing on the gauges, but just feeling the all around of the aircraft.
Todd and I grew up together, and so we have a relationship where we can joke a lot with each other, you know, and had some good laughs and stuff with mistakes and stuff that I may have made where he had to get on the controls and kind of recover things. And it was just an enjoyable time to be able to fly with him.
One of the maneuvers that we do in the helicopter is called an auto rotation. And we had just landed, and he said, okay, let's take off and do an auto of the rotations. And it just struck me funny. It's kind of like, it can be a very tense maneuver, and it just broke the tension. It was so much fun. So,
Auto rotation landing. The time that we performed, we've been on the ground. Always he looked to me and he says, Marco, this is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I guess so.
You love doing auto rotations, and
Yes, very much so.
I have not come across a helicopter flight instructor that loves auto rotations as much as you do. And so that you've been able to come over here to the Philippines and work with the pilots here in the area that they normally fly with the helicopter that they normally fly is just a rare privilege. And we're just so grateful for you to come over here and spend your time doing that with them.
It's been truly my privilege, and it's great to meet the pilots, because some of these pilots I haven't been around yet.
Yeah, but you're going to be back for some more of this.
Lord willing, I will be returning and being able to do more of this.
Yeah.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.